I read on the news that in where you're from, Volos, the weather is it's like very dangerous.
Exactly. Fortunately, Volos is like my hometown, but I'm living in a city
Okay,
next.
okay.
It's Trikala, but here we're almost in the same situation. It's like 2 days, like crazy. And
Oh
yesterday
wow.
I was out of electricity, Wi-Fi, cell phone, everything.
No, so I completely understand, but I'm glad you're safe.
Yeah. It was crazy. Fortunately, today it's a bit better, but let's see.
Yeah, so you never know these days with nature. I mean, it's September and now it's really, really warm here in the Netherlands, so it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So where I want to start is obviously you're from Greece, and now you just, I think last week or the week before, you played a couple of shows in Greece. What is that like for you? Is that important to kind of play in your home country, in your home cities?
Yeah, totally. It was like a few days ago, like 2, 3 days ago,
Okay.
and it was something like I was really looking forward because firstly, Nervosa never played in Greece in
Okay.
the past, the very first shows, and also me with Nervosa, it's like the first shows we are doing here. So, playing here is like it's home. Playing for the people and the Greek crowd and
Sure.
everything is like it's very touching.
Oh, that's great to hear. And I just had a question randomly because I was thinking about kind of Greek music culture and what is because I think the Greeks appreciate good music because whenever there's a good video, there's always Greek comments underneath and all that stuff. So, how do you see it? How is metal appreciated in Greece? You think?
Look, okay, of course, metal didn't used to be like the most famous genre in Greece, but this in the last years has started changing, and it's very very great to look at it because there are a lot of festivals going on,
Mm-hmm.
not only big but even smaller. Like in every city almost now there is a small festival going on with heavy metal bands, and one very great thing is that there are a lot of many young bands coming out now, and the stuff they are composing and the albums they are bringing, they are amazing. So it's very promising. So yeah, in the last year it's getting better and better.
Oh, that's very good to hear. Now, if we go back just a little while when you started, obviously, I think you started playing guitar when you were 14 or around that age, and you were kind of introduced to some of that music by your brother. Once you kind of got started, where did you gravitate to? What kind of music were you into?
I started totally from like classic rock stuff,
Okay.
like the Scorpions, Led Zeppelin, Rainbow, and this was because, as you said, from my older brothers. And so instinctively, the music that I started to play, like the very first songs and the very first covers, were from these bands, very classic.
When did you find the harder stuff then? When did you get into more thrash metal and kind of figure out your own style?
Yeah, this was a bit like after high school.
Okay.
By Yeah, it was later because you know the transition was a bit smooth. From the Scorpions to Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath, and then it went to Nevermore, Arch Enemy, and starting to go a bit more extreme. It was
Did your get? Oh, sorry. Did your guitar playing go that way as well then? Because what you were listening to?
yeah, totally. Everything was going, little by little, and
And then
then we end up in more extreme and thrash metal, like
what did you
now.
find there? Because I always find that metal fans are very engaged. They're very loyal fans. once they're a fan of yours, they will always be a fan. Kind of. That's how I often feel. What did you find in that metal community when you were coming up?
Look, when I was coming up, it was okay because I had some chances to play here and there. I had another school band that we were doing mostly covers, but we had some like demo songs. But it was okay. It wasn't like very easy, but not really hard because we had some venues going on. We had some battle of the bands going on. So we had the chance to play here and there and starting creating, like a kind of fan base, let's say, or connecting with other musicians all over Greece.
Sure.
So it was, as I said, it wasn't that hard as I imagine, like for musicians years and years ago in Greece, but there was some spots here and there.
And then I don't know if it's Daffodils. Is that kind of the first real band that you played in, or did you play in a lot of bands before?
No, I have to say that Daffodil was the first real band because inside the real studio composed. So I started. It was the very first time I started composing riffs, solos. Got in a real studio to do recordings, video clips. We were contracted with a record label to release the first EP we had. So yeah, the first real experience of a band was with Daffodil.
What did you learn? Kind of, because now that you're still relatively new in Nervosa, but what did you learn from being in Daffodils and kind of going through that experience that you can use now?
I think apart from having a little bit more experience on the live shows and a bit on touring, then the next thing was composing. This was really helpful, and I really noticed that after I done Nervosa, the ability to think about the compositions and how things have to match with each other inside there. It was something that, it was created before. So, composing the EP and the album with Daffodil was really helpful for me to more mature and grow more like musically.
And then, am I right in saying that once, I don't know exactly how you got connected to the band, but one of the things was because of your composition skills. They knew that you could help with kind of arranging music and that kind of stuff. Is that right? But is that why or one of the reasons why you ended up joining the band?
Basically, look, everything started through internet and through Instagram and YouTube.
Okay.
After the release of Perpetual Chaos, the previous album, she was looking for a second guitarist to add in the band. And as she was searching, she came across some of the guitar covers I did and I had in my profile or in my YouTube channel. And this is when we started getting in touch. And then we had a video call when she proposed to get in the band. And then she proposed me like, look, I know that you were in other band before. You have also your own project that you are composing the music. So I am totally open to create like the next album together because she said to me that I also want to work with someone and not having all the job to do.
Sure.
So I was totally open. I'm really open in composing music, and I love what they're playing. And we had a talk, and I realized that we are on the same way. We are on the same
wavelength.
thing. Yeah. So I thought that yes, this might work. So that's why we started composing and writing music together with Prika.
Do you remember what the first song was that you kind of started writing or that came together that ended up on the album Jailbreak?
Yeah, it was actually the first single that we released. Elements of Sin. Sorry. I with the song in my mind. It was Endless Ambition.
Oh yeah,
The first single, yes.
sure.
Yeah, I was practicing before, so that's why. Okay. It was Endless Ambition.
What do
The
you remember of kind of writing that song and the process, kind of the synergy between you and Prika?
We started exchanging riffs, through emails and stuff, and we realized that we had some stuff that they really connect with each other. It was like a puzzle, let's say, this ambition. And by the time we put everything in the correct way and connected all our ideas, we said, okay, interesting, we have it. Yeah. It was. We loved the whole composing process because everything was coming out kind of naturally without forcing anything.
Oh, that's good. And do you talk about the lyrics, or is that something that Prika kind of keeps to herself?
I participated in the lyrics for 3 songs in the album. It was something that I didn't knew I could do, to tell you. Because all the years I was just composing the music, and by the time it was coming to lyrics and vocal melodies and stuff, it seemed more hard to me. But we were inside the studio. We have finished recording guitars, drums, bass, everything. So it was the time to fill up like some lyrics in the songs. And I was also there, so I got very inspired by the whole thing, and I was coming up with some lyrics that we kept for the 3 songs. All the rest is Prika's work.
Which song, and you don't have to say what you wrote or what you did, but which song lyrically do you find the most interesting? Which in terms of kind of the themes and the message, which one is most close to you? If you can pick one, I know it's always difficult to pick one, but just maybe the first one that comes to your mind.
Yeah, look, maybe I would say Jailbreak, because the lyrics and the title kind of sums up the topic also for some lyrics for the rest of the songs. So, and has a very like a deep meaning. So maybe I would go for it.
I wrote down from Jailbreak, no need to compromise, be your own God. I like that line. So is that kind of, and that is kind of the overall, it's very empowering. Was that important kind of for Prika as well to make a very empowering record? Because it's a lot about like believe in yourself, go for it. That kind of that message.
Yeah. We wanted everything to be like straight, like break free, break the standards, break the rules, and be totally yourself, and go for it, go for your dreams. We wanted everything like to be as straight as it can be. No hard meanings. The meaning and the lyrics and all this stuff. We wanted everything to be like there.
And this message, because I can imagine whenever you tell your parents, depending on the parents, of course, but I want to be a rock star. I want to make music. So there's always these people who have doubts and stuff. And so what you say, kind of to have that determination, did that always come easy to you, or did you have to learn that to kind of go for it? And
no, I think I was doing this since I was a child. I was going for it.
like choosing your own path, kind of not following the crowd, right?
In the end, I was always going for the things that I wanted. And of course, parents are like parents and they want to be protective. But sometimes they don't know exactly about these things. For example, my parents, they weren't musicians. They had nothing to do with music. So when I said to them, like, look, I want to become a musician, get in a band and tour all around the world, they said, like, okay, do it. But, you are on your own. You're taking your choices and you're totally responsible about your choices. And I said, okay, of course they're always with me, but in the beginning they were like, okay, do it. They didn't say no, don't go for it. They were like, okay, let's see. And they were letting me a little bit, free. They were looking, the things that I was doing, but they were always there supporting. So this encouraged me to go for the things that I want in general, not only in music.
Did they come and see you the last weekend when you played in Greece or no?
No, because they are living still in my hometown, in a very small village in the mountain, and it was a little bit too far,
No,
It
but
would be like,
I was just thinking that I'm sure they've seen you before, so they say they know. Okay, it worked out. We're happy that
yeah,
it worked out.
yeah. They have seen me before, like in smaller gigs that are around the city, and it's easy for them. But my brother was there, so they
Okay.
had
Oh, that's cool.
doing a live streaming for them.
But oh, yeah, that's cool. Do you feel a pressure at all because you joined this kind of established band? Last album did quite well. Do you feel any pressure being kind of the new person in the band, or no?
No. I didn't felt pressure, and I think this has also to do because by the beginning, Prika gave me step to a lot of things. So I felt like, okay, she's really trusting on me because she gave me a step on composing, on making, choices inside the band, be involved in all the conversations since the beginning. So this kind of relieved me. So because from the very beginning I was the new member, but because I was very much into things, I was feeling like already part of the band. It was very helpful, this.
Oh, that's good to hear. Then what's the first show you did with Nervosa? Like, was it were you nervous?
Look, the very first show I did with Nervosa was in the place of the bass player because last year they had to go for a Latin American tour, and Mia, like last minute, had some personal problems and she couldn't travel for a 2-month tour. And Prika said to me, because I knew already the set list in guitar, she said to me, can you please practice like in bass, because we need a bass player as soon as possible to make this tour. I said, okay, yes, I can do it. So the very first show I did was in Mexico as a bass player, and I felt like the kids that are going for the first day at school,
Right.
because it was my first big tour outside my country, totally far away. It was like Mexico, with a band that I am on stage for the first time. I totally enjoyed. Of course, in the first. I was a little bit like nervous. How is it gonna be and stuff? But by the time everything rolled like okay, then I was more calm.
Oh, that's good. And obviously now you're also back on guitar, so I want to talk a little bit about guitar playing as well, because what do you think? Because Prika kind of moved from guitar to do the vocals, and she still plays guitar. But adding you, what do you think? That second guitar, what did that do for the band to have kind of another guitar player?
Look, first of all, having two guitars in the band is much more flexible. You can do a lot of things like twin guitar solos, melodies. You can add details here and there that with one guitar they're impossible to do inside. And also the sound of the band got a little bit heavier, not only in the album, but this is coming out on live shows because now we are like two guitars supporting each other. And of course, in the solos, you always have a back guitar playing. It's not only like the bass. So everything is coming out more massive in the live shows too. And yeah, as I said, also for the composition, everything was a little bit easier. Let's say you didn't have to think; just you were coming up with an idea, and you could put it in there without having any problem about how you're gonna perform it at live shows. You know, everything was more easy.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a really organic, like a creative process around this album, and everything kind of fell into place. It sounds like. In terms of, I'm fascinated by guitar solos because is it just when you play a guitar solo for an album, do you just listen to the song over and over and just do a take and kind of go, okay, that was cool, just not think about it too much?
Look, for me, guitar solo, it feels like it's a song within a song. No, I'm thinking always the guitar solo like another song inside. Like I don't like to, how can I say? I don't like to improvise, to do improvisations.
Okay.
I'd like always to have a structure in the songs, like having, like let's say the intro, having the main part of the solo and the like something like a outro. So yes, I'm always going for I'm listening again many times the song, and it comes like automatically, let's say. You know, the melody that you are missing in there, it's coming automatically. Most of the times it's like this. Of course, there are some solos that if the backing track, let's say, it's more flat, okay, of course you compose some melodies and stuff, but maybe you have also to improvise. But yeah, most of the times it's like a real composition of a solo.
Yeah, I don't think it's there are some awesome ones on the album. I think Suffocare has a really good one, Behind the Wall. Nail in the Coffin has some good guitar, especially nearing the end. And that must be really. Oh, so okay, let's go for Nail in the Coffin. What is it about kind of those guitar parts at the end and that you go, yes, I like that?
No, Nail in the Coffin is it came up to be one of my top songs from the album. Yeah, because when we were recording the album, I was like, no, Seed of Death is my best song. No, Jailbreak. No, you know, you are always changing. And by the time we get the mixes of the songs, Nail the Coffin was like really playing in my mind like every day. And especially there's a big solo part in there, and the end of it, like the melodies in there are really fascinating for me to play and also to listen.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorites as well. Even the regular riffs in the normal riffs in the song, I think they're really cool as well. They kind of give you that typical thrash metal kind of feeling. And it sounds like it would be good if I go to the gym to put it on and like work out or something.
Yeah, no, I always love these melodies to listen and to play because you feel like the audience can really get into it and really can follow like screaming this melody.
Okay, I have one last question for you. It's kind of a mean one, but do you have a favorite guitar solo, not by yourself, but by somebody else? Because I don't have a favorite, but I can name certain songs that I think, okay, the solo in this one is really, really cool. I mean, you play Tornado of Souls. I think that's up there for me. So do you have a favorite one?
Yeah, of course, it's like really hard to decide like only one.
But maybe just at this moment, maybe the last week you've been listening a lot to a certain band or something.
Yeah, but look, there is one solo that always like from period to period, even if I have listened to it 1,000 times, I'm still putting on my playlist. It's from Whitesnake.
Okay.
From the Crying in the Rain, the solo
Okay.
with thanks.
I don't know that one, so I have to look it up after this interview.
It's like exploding, you know, a long solo with, you know, phrasing inside the bends, everything is like crazy.
Awesome. I have to check that one out. May I thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me, and best of luck with the album and touring and everything that's going to happen this year and next.
Thank you so much. Thank you.